afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 as we begin fall.
Welcome back. I know, a big change today.
Yeah, but it's going to warm up again. So
yes.
We'll get to the weather in just a minute. But first, topping the headlines today, a 19-year-old is dead after being shot Sunday morning. But today, the sheriff is calling the shooting accidental.
New details emerge in the trial of Kari Sanford as his girlfriend, who is the victim's daughter, takes the stand.
And police are sharing some of the plans a Buffalo white supremacist had to continue his rampage after police say he shot and killed 10 people at a grocery store this past weekend. Let's take a look outside. Kind of wet start to the day, a little gray, but
a little gray and
not
cool.
bad. Not bad. A little warmer and wet, I think is what it's supposed to say. Julian is in the backyard with the forecast.
That's right. We did have a wet start to our Wednesday, but folks, we're now drying out. And as you can see from our radar, any showers that were even lingering in southern Wisconsin have moved their way out. So we're just going to be looking at cloud cover for the next several hours until we start to clear up just a bit going into tonight. But as we take a look at how we stacked up for today, well, it was a cool one. As Mark had mentioned, yeah, it's a bit like fall for today. 56 degrees so far was our high. Might see increase in just a little bit in our temperatures, but it's not going to be much, especially towards our seasonable, which is around 70 degrees at this time of year. But as we take a look at temperatures around southern Wisconsin, many of us were just holding on to cool conditions, and that's going to be the theme throughout the rest of our Wednesday. Plenty of upper or lower 60s and upper 50s for us, but for the most part, it's been a cool one, but muggy in some areas as well, especially between Platteville into Janesville, where we're looking at 50-degree type dew points for us. So we were feeling a bit of that moisture in our air, but we're not going to be seeing too much of it later on into tonight. As I mentioned, we might see a couple degree increases going into the later part of this evening, especially as the cloud cover starts to clear up just a bit for us, but we're still just going to be holding on to cool and pleasant conditions as we go into tonight. Now, taking a quick look at our traffic as of right now, a couple of slow spots, especially along the belt line, but for most part, we are still looking at some pretty normal traffic commute for us throughout the belt line or going into the rest of the interstate as well. Here's a quick look at what we can be expecting from getting to point A to point B. Pretty normal around this time of day, but we'll give a look at what else to expect for the back end of this work week because we are looking for that warm-up, which could produce some storms for some of us. We'll take a deeper look in just a few moments. Till then, back to you guys.
The birds are happy out there.
Yes, they are.
Thanks, Julian. Well, this afternoon, the Dane County Sheriff is calling a deadly shooting in Blue Mounds this weekend an accident. 19-year-old
Marshall Iverson was shot and killed by a friend.
Will Keneally has new details from a news conference earlier this afternoon. Will?
That's right. So Sheriff Calvin Barrett also identified the shooter today, 20-year-old Isaiah Miller, a friend of the victim. He's expected to be charged at some point this afternoon. Miller was one of 6 people in the Blue Mound house when the gun went off. Barrett says that Miller admitted to shooting the gun and that that is being held in Dane County Jail right now. He's expected to be charged with intoxicated use of a firearm and homicide by negligent handling of a dangerous weapon. Barrett did not say what the group was up to during the time that the gun went off in the house, but did say that the group is cooperating.
Yes, at the time, everyone that was in the residence was cooperative with the investigation and corroborated everything that happened. AR-15 type.
Authorities say that the gun involved in the shooting was an AR-15 style rifle. They say it was purchased legally but did not belong to Miller. And we're still waiting for those charges to be filed. We could learn a little bit more about what happened once those court documents are filed. We'll bring you those details as soon as we have them. Susan and Mark?
Well, thank you. Investigators are looking into other potential targets that the suspect in the Buffalo supermarket shooting considered,
including unspecified elementary schools, other grocery stores in predominantly black communities in Buffalo, and Hasidic Jewish communities in New Jersey. In a March post to an invite-only channel on the social media platform Discord, the accused gunman identified the Tops supermarket as Attack Area 1, where he planned to shoot all blacks. Later that month, posts showed that he scoped it out in person and uploaded hand-drawn maps of the grocery store.
In order for law enforcement to see content in a site like Discord or even private Facebook groups, they would have to be in that group at a particular time.
Discord, which has 150 million monthly users, says it has an internal team that works to identify and remove hate speech and threats of violence. President Biden visited Buffalo yesterday, urging Americans to reject white supremacy and the conspiracy theories that inspired the attack. Some who gathered outside got down on their knees to pray, while others urged them to stand up and fight for justice. So far, the suspect has only been charged with first-degree murder and has pleaded not guilty. He's expected to appear in court court tomorrow for a pretrial felony hearing. Key witnesses take the stand in day 2 of the Kari Sanford murder trial, filling in some of the gaps and establishing some motive in this case.
Sanford is accused of killing Dr. Beth Potter and her husband, Robin Kari, in the UW Arboretum in March of 2020.
Eric Franke joining us now with more details about today's testimony. Eric?
Mark and Susan, yesterday we told you prosecutors pointed to family tension between Kari Sanford and his girlfriend's parents as a key motive for their murders. Today, Sanford's girlfriend, who is the daughter of the victims, took the stand, offering key insight into her relationship with Sanford as they grew closer as a couple late in 2019, and how her focus on the relationship created conflict with her parents. She also detailed how Sanford didn't have a stable home, how her parents took him in for a while before they eventually decided it was best that he and their daughter move out to an Airbnb. She also testified about her texts with Sanford the night her parents were killed, asking him where he was, saying he was away until very late, and then returned with Elijah LaRue, Sanford's friend, who has already pleaded guilty to charges connected to the murders and who we also expect to testify in this case. Now, Sanford's girlfriend still maintains Kari never told her where he went the night her parents were killed, and she hasn't seen him since she found out her parents were murdered. She just wrapped up her testimony in court. Our Naomi Coles is there. Following these proceedings, she'll have more details on the relationships in this case and what the daughter says happened that night, tonight at 5 and 6, and also in detail at channel3000.com.
Eric, thank you. Drivers on University Avenue in Madison will experience some delays over the next month due to lane closures. The inside lanes, both eastbound and westbound on University Avenue, will be closed until June 16th to allow room for construction crews. They'll be installing cables and poles for temporary traffic signals at Shorewood Boulevard, Marshall Court, and University Bay Drive. Crews will also begin staging equipment and materials in preparation for the 96-inch storm sewer installation near University and Grand.
Today, Fitchburg Family Pharmacy was named a bicycle-friendly business. The award from the League of American Bicyclists recognizes businesses that enable people to bike to work or to do their daily errands. Owner and pharmacist Thad Schumacher is an avid cyclist himself and earned the nickname the Cycling Pharmacist by offering delivery by bicycle. The store's charity ride team, the Pill Peddlers, makes a big impact at many community events, including the Ironman Triathlon in Madison.
It's a great honor to be able to work with a guy who promotes the health benefits, both physical health and community and environmental health.
Fitchburg Family Pharmacy encourages bicycling for transportation by sponsoring the Family Ride at the Fitchburg Festival of Speed. It even offers the Bicycle Benefits retail discount program to customers arriving by bicycle.
The State Fire Marshal's office is investigating an apartment fire late last night that did not have an automatic sprinkler system in place. Fire crews were called to the 2100 block of Red Arrow Trail in Fitchburg just before midnight. A resident called 911 after seeing smoke in the hallway. Crews found a fire on the second floor, which had spread to the hallway. One person was taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation. Today, the U.S. Embassy officially reopened in the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv after a 3-month-long absence.
The White House is getting ready to host the leaders of Finland and Sweden tomorrow to discuss their applications for NATO membership.
Deborah Alfarone has more from Capitol Hill, where lawmakers are gearing up for a final vote on a massive Ukraine assistance bill.
The American flag was hoisted to mark the reopening of the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine's capital, Kyiv. The same day, a Russian soldier pled guilty in a war crimes trial to shooting and killing an unarmed elderly civilian. It's been nearly 3 months since Russia invaded Ukraine, a move that prompted Finland and Sweden to formally submit their applications to join NATO this week.
This is a time when the democracies of Europe and North America must stand together against Russia's naked aggression.
On Thursday, President Biden will host the leaders of Finland and Sweden at the White House. In a statement, he declared his support and vowed to work with Congress and allies to quickly get their NATO applications approved.
You can convince Turkey to accept their bid?
I think we're going to be okay.
Also on Thursday, the U.S. Senate will vote on a nearly $40 billion aid package for Ukraine. It overwhelmingly passed the House last week, but Republican Rand Paul has been holding up Senate approval.
For Senator Paul to delay Ukraine funding for purely political motives is to only strengthen Putin's hand.
The outcome of Ukraine's fight to preserve its sovereignty will have massive consequences
for our own strategic interests.
Vice President Kamala Harris invoked the war in her address to U.S. Coast Guard graduates.
The world you graduate into is unsettled.
The crowd erupted when a graduate from Ukraine received his diploma. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
Well, almost 24 hours after polls closed, Pennsylvania Senate Republican primary is still too close to call. David McCormick, a retired hedge fund manager, and celebrity Dr. Mehmet Oz are locked in a tight race. Crews are still counting absentee ballots and military ballots. If McCormick and Dr. Oz are within 0.5% of each other, it'll trigger a recount. On the Democratic side, Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman won the nomination, defeating Congressman Connor Lamb and other rivals. Fetterman had a stroke late last week, but still won. His wife spoke to President Biden on his behalf.
I actually spoke with President Biden last night and passed the message. I told him, I'm sorry, President, but he's sleeping right now. So we had a great call last night, heard from many other leaders in D.C., and everyone is excited to move on to November.
In other races, Pennsylvania State Senator Doug Mastriano will be the Republican nominee for governor. His opponent in November will be Democrat Josh Shapiro, who's currently the state attorney general. In North Carolina, Madison Cawthorn, the youngest U.S. congressman, lost his primary race.
City, county, and state leaders joined the Clean Lakes Alliance today to release a new roadmap for lake improvement. It's called Renew the Blue, and it's all about maintaining the state of waterways across Wisconsin. They say the health of the water system depends on everybody doing their part to minimize water pollution. They also highlighted the importance of farmers as stewards of the environment.
Farmers are doing more by reducing their environmental footprint in terms of the types of chemicals that they're putting on the land. They're doing interplanting, and that interplanting is able to hold the soil down. Interplanting is a technology. It's an additional plant material that they can put when that field is fallow, whether it's ryegrass or when the stubble is showing after they've cut the corn.
The DNR secretary praised Green Bay area farmers for improving the health of the lakes, streams, and rivers, and encouraged the rest of the state to continue its progress.
Well, still to come before the baby formula shortage continues.
When we come back, some moms are getting desperate, even turning to other moms for help. We'll have that story when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Imagine never having to clean your gutters again. Andrew Larson here, and you don't have to dream about it. My team would love to show you what a new gutter shutter system can do for your home, protecting its foundation and keeping you off that ladder forever. Gutter Shutter is the strongest, most durable, high-performance gutter system on the market, and it's the best bang for your buck. Right now, get up to $1,000 off, free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your new Gutter Shutter system. Call now to set up your free estimate.
If you have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you're a target for chronic kidney disease. You can already have it and not know it. If you have chronic kidney disease, your kidney health could depend on what you do today. Farxiga is a pill that works in the kidneys to help slow the progression of chronic kidney disease. Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in women and men, and low blood sugar. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may lead to death. A rare, life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis. And don't take it if you are on dialysis. Take aim at chronic kidney disease by talking to your doctor and asking about Farxiga. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Farxiga.
When you drive a Honda, the adventures go on and on. Follow your adventures with the rugged power of Honda, the brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
I'm Sarah Godlewski. I'm at the Supreme Court where it looks like Ron Johnson is going to get exactly what he wants. Overturning Roe v. Wade, reinstating Wisconsin's cruel abortion ban, and putting doctors in jail. But that's not what Wisconsinites want. We don't want politicians making healthcare choices for women. I'm Sarah Godlewski, and I approve this message because as your senator, I will never sit by and allow our rights to be stripped away. Join me. Let's fight back and defeat Ron Johnson.
When we needed new doors and windows for our home, we were looking for someone we could trust.
We've done the bargain brand windows. We've done the runaround.
What we loved about Next Door and Window is that they were different. The experts guided us through every step of their no-pressure process.
We really loved their educational approach. Next Door and Window helped us understand what was right for us.
They have a totally different approach to doors and windows. They made the window and door replacement process simple.
Call 844-600-NEXT to get 50% off your installation.
Welcome back. The last 7 years on Earth were the warmest on record.
That is according to a report released today by the World Meteorological Organization. They say sea levels rose twice as fast in the last 10 years compared to the previous decade. Average temperatures also rose last year, but it wasn't the hottest on record because the La Nina phenomenon produced a cooling effect. The WMO predicts it's just a matter of time before the world sees another warmest year on record.
Well, there's a new invention that may help make some meals less messy. Researchers at Johns Hopkins University have designed Tasty Tape. It's an adhesive that makes sure all the items inside wraps like burritos stay locked inside instead of falling all over your plate. It's made from food-grade fibrous scaffold and an edible adhesive, and it's safe to eat.
The girl who came up with the idea, one of our team members, Erin, she was eating her burrito one day, and it was during the beginning of the semester when we had to come up with these ideas, and it was just everywhere. And she was like, you know what, like, this is a problem to be fixed.
Tasty Tape is clear, but the researchers added blue dye to it in some of this video to illustrate how it can be used. The creators are applying for a patent, so they are not disclosing the tape's formula.
That's brilliant.
Great idea.
Yes, it is. Target's earnings did not hit the target. The retail giant reported a 52% drop in profits for the first quarter, blaming higher expenses because of supply chain disruptions and inflation. Target says people just are not buying non-essentials like electronics and exercise equipment. And Target is not the only retail giant struggling. Rival Walmart's stock had its worst day in 35 years after poor earnings and a weak outlook.
And those stocks were not alone. The market had its biggest loss since June of 2020. The Dow Industrials plunged 1,164 points, or 3.5%, closing at 31,490. The NASDAQ dropped 566 points, or almost 5%. The S&P 500 fell 165 points, or over 4%.
The nationwide baby formula shortage has led to at least 2 children needing to be hospitalized. The FDA reached an agreement with Abbott, which makes the specific formula to reopen its plant. But it could take 2 months for supplies to hit store shelves. In the meantime, House lawmakers are prepared to vote on a bill that would make it easier for low-income families to get baby formula.
WIC recipients utilize formula at a rate double most other people in this country. About 50% of our babies rely on the WIC program for milk.
The legislation would authorize the USDA to waive rules so that WIC recipients could swap one brand of formula for another, and they would be exempt from the maximum monthly allowances that are currently in place. Lawmakers are also launching an investigation into how the FDA has handled its oversight responsibilities, especially over the Abbott plant, which is at the center of the formula crisis.
And some mothers who have hit dead ends trying to find formula for their babies are turning to other moms for help.
Senior medical correspondent Elizabeth Cohen spoke to some of them.
Like many parents, Heather Nicholas is terrified, searching and searching near her home in Wesley Chapel, Florida, for baby formula for her 5-month-old son, Roman.
I don't have the formula that I need, so your mind doesn't stop thinking about it, especially at night. I hate to say. I've lost a lot of sleep.
Desperate, Heather turned to social media.
I had other local breastfeeding mothers who came to me and they were like, listen, there's these groups.
And in one of those groups, someone not too far away saw her plea.
I have so much of a supply that I have a deep freezer that is absolutely full of milk.
Callie Ayers, mom to 5-month-old Elizabeth, has pumped so much extra milk that she wants to give it away to other moms.
Putting myself into the shoes of those mothers is really what motivated me. I can't imagine how scary that would be.
So last week, Heather and Callie decided to meet in the parking lot of a nearby grocery store.
Nice to meet you. I brought you a lot. This is full. I think I could tell that she was very stressed out, trying to figure out how to feed her baby, so I could just see like the stress lift off of her.
I'm gonna try not to cry right now.
You can cry.
I'm super emotional.
Oh, can I give you a hug?
Yes, you
can. I was in your shoes when my baby was first born.
Heather and Callie aren't the only ones doing this. Facebook, full of parents sharing breast milk with one another. But the American Academy of Pediatrics doesn't recommend this kind of unregulated sharing. Its spokesperson saying the quality and safety of the milk cannot be assured.
You're not going through the process of getting that breast milk screened for infectious diseases or getting screened for things like drugs. You also don't know how old that breast milk is. You don't know what the process has been to keep it refrigerated.
Heather says she feels comfortable with Callie.
She was upfront about her situation and her lifestyle, her diet, all sorts of things.
And was relieved to give Roman his first bottle of Callie's milk.
If I can't find a donor, per se, for milk for him, then what's my next option?
Well, Nestle says it's flying in baby formula from the Netherlands and Switzerland to try to help ease the shortage.
And we've done stories on those milk banks around here.
Yeah, moms helping out other moms. It's safe as long as it's, regulated and they check it.
Right.
But you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Baby's got to eat. Well, still to come at 4, a father honors her late daughter by helping others.
He's doing it by building tiny homes for homeless children. We'll have that story coming up after Julian's First Warn forecast.
If your bathroom is dull and outdated, it's time for a change. Call Mad City Baths, Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for quality baths, walk-in showers, and walk-in tubs installed in as little as 1 day. Infused with microban technology to prevent bacteria, mold, and mildew. Your dream bath is within reach during our home makeover event. Save $500 on a new bath or shower, interest-free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Walmart gift card with purchase. But act now and double your savings. Save $1,000 on a new bath or shower, double your interest-free financing from 12 to 24 months, and double your bonus. Receive a $200 Walmart gift card with bath or shower purchase. From Madison and South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. Let me give you that number again, 608-729-4466.
3 days only. Shop the spring bonus sale at Grand Appliance for up to $1,000 in additional savings you won't find anywhere else. Save on all kitchen packages, like this 4-piece Frigidaire stainless steel package for just $19.98. Or this LG package with 29 cubic foot French door fridge and convection range with air fry for just $28.96. Shop grandappliance.com or a store near you. Grand Appliance, the appliance experts.
I'm Alex Lasry, a Democrat running to beat Senator Ron Johnson.
And I'm Lauren Lasry, and this is our daughter Eleanor. I know Alex will always fight for working families.
To get more money in the pockets of working people and lower costs.
By making paid leave available and healthcare more affordable.
And I'll always be a relentless supporter of a woman's right to choose.
Especially now. Alex is exactly the kind of ally Tammy Baldwin needs in the Senate.
So I approve this message because we have to do better than having Ron Johnson as our senator.
Bob's Discount now goes further than ever with my new 60-month financing option. Just in time, too, because this Memorial Day weekend, we're celebrating the grand opening of my 9 new Bob's Discount furniture stores across the country, bringing more people the power of Bob's Discount on furniture, mattresses, and more. With everyday low prices that already beat the competition's phony Memorial Day sales, and with our new 60-month financing option, it's no contest. Plus, enjoy yummy treats in my cafes, all absolutely free. So come celebrate the grand opening of our 9 new stores this Memorial Day weekend.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably serve and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
Well, take a look at this. An unexpected guest walked the Cannes red carpet on its opening night last night. A toddler in a white dress and tiara proved that age is no limit to demanding the spotlight on the famous red carpet. The pint-sized starlet upstaged more senior movie stars and guests with a well-timed tantrum and then making a break for freedom to the delight of photographers. With moves like that, who knows, our mystery guest may have a return as a star in the making in years to come. There she goes.
She is so priceless. That's
Look at her go. Just walking.
Oh, that's great.
Walking the red carpet.
No need for escort or anything. She knows exactly what she's doing.
You put a tiara on, you can do anything.
That's exactly right.
She's queen.
I heard Julian here now, and warm-up coming.
That's right. We are looking for a warm-up, and some of us could be seeing some showers or storms as well. That's all we're going to be talking about for the back end of our work week. We are going to ditch the cool and start to see some mild. We'll have your first one forecast coming up after the break.
Let's face it, as we get a little older in life, everyday tasks like taking a bath can become challenging. Gain bathing independence with a new tub-to-shower conversion from Mad City Baths.
Oh, it's much easier for him to get in and out of. It's also bigger because we lost the wall and the tub surround, and it just gave us more space, and it's very nice.
Save now during our home makeover event. Save $500 on a new bath or shower. Interest-free financing for 12 months and a $100 Walmart gift card with purchase. But act now and double your savings. Save $1,000 on a new bath or shower. Double your interest-free financing for 12 to 24 months and double your bonus. Receive a $200 Walmart gift card with purchase. From Madison in South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. Let me give you that number again, 608-729-4466.
Since I left for college, my dad has gotten back into some of his old hobbies. And now he's taking Trulicity. And it looks like he's gotten into some new, healthier habits, too.
What changes are you making for your type 2 diabetes? Maybe it's time to try Trulicity. It's proven to help lower A1C. It could help you lose up to 10 pounds. And it's only taken once a week, so it can fit into your busy life. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. The choices you make can help control your A1C. Ask your doctor about once weekly Trulicity.
What's going on? It's a farmer's policy perk. Get farmers and you could save money by doing nothing. Just be claim-free on your home insurance for 3 years. That's really something. Get a whole lot of something with farmer's policy perks.
Bravo! That's our son!
We should.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
as we are getting ready for the rest of our evening, just know that the overcast that we're seeing will start to dwindle just a bit as we continue throughout the rest of our evening hours. But as of right now, just settle into more cloud cover. Temperatures will increase about a degree or maybe even 2 throughout the next couple of hours. But as we go into tonight, folks, we're looking for another pleasant one as temperatures will be into the 50s, and we're going to see a bit more opening of our skies until we get into our Thursday morning. And anything that we were seeing was precipitation for us has moved its way out, even though there is a severe thunderstorm watch that is in effect for our friends into the far northwestern corridor of Wisconsin. So we're not really going to be worrying about any kind of severe weather for us. And that is coming from this low pressure, which is moving itself from Canada and is going to continue to descend south, which is going to be bringing us some chances of starting to see some weather that could see some strong or even severe storms for some areas. Now, as we take a look, this is what we're going to be seeing. As of for today, our severe weather outlook is, again, for northern Wisconsin, where we do have a marginal and slight risk for seeing severe weather, but we're not going to be looking at much of that until we get into tomorrow. But tomorrow, we're looking at seeing a bit more of an avocado type of colors for us. An enhanced risk is for areas just outside of Crawford County, but mainly into the northwest, and then the slight risk is a bit more expanded, pushing itself a bit more into the east. We are within the marginal risk, and that marginal risk is also going to extend itself into our Friday as well, but we can see the real risk for us to see severe weather will be into the southeastern corridor. Once again, it's going to be pretty much missing Dane County and surrounding areas, but we do have the chances of seeing some showers or even storms that could be strong at some points of time and could turn severe as well. But this is what we're going to be seeing for tonight. Again, any kind of showers or storms that pop up for tonight are going to be well north of our area, and it's going to move itself out going into our Thursday morning. Just know it's going to be on the cool side, maybe see a couple of clouds, but it's going to be relatively quiet. Now, as we get into our Thursday afternoon, we're going to see warmer temperatures, some cloud cover start to develop, and then as we get into our Thursday nights, that's where we could start to see some things start to turn into fruition. But again, it's going to mainly be into the far northwest. We're going to see those showers and storms, and then it'll try to break into some more isolated areas overnight, but we're not going to be looking at much in terms of what we could see here in Madison or even for Dane County until maybe Friday morning. Then that's where we could see just one little isolated system of some storms that could sweep its way into just north of Madison, but that's going to be moving itself out pretty quickly as we get into our Friday afternoon. And then we're going to be seeing more cooler temperatures as we get into the rest of our Friday as well. But aside from that, any rain or storms that we're going to be seeing is, again, going to mainly be north of Madison. Everywhere else, just about into the southern areas, we're not going to be seeing much at all in terms of any kind of wet action for us. Now, as we get into what we could be seeing for the next few days, just know the temperatures are going to be relatively cool up here in the upper Midwest, as we're going to still hold on to some 60s and even some 50s at times, especially as we kick into the weekend. We do have some chances of starting to see a bit more precipitation for us, but our three things that we're going to need to know, folks, is that it's going to be mild for tomorrow and for our Friday, especially looking at some storms just about north of Madison. But as we talk about, we are going to be looking at more cool temperatures as we head into the weekend. Again, this weekend is going to be shaping up to be relatively nice, especially outside of Saturday, where we could see some showers and maybe even isolated storms somewhere. But for the most part, we're going to stay relatively quiet, and on top of being quiet, we're going to stay cool as well. 60s throughout the next few days, only about 370s heading into next week. It's not going to be too bad. Still going to be, like Mark said, a little fall-like for us. I think the theme here is that spring does not know what it wants to be.
That's right. It's all over the place. We're saving a lot of money on AC, though, which is nice.
For sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
saving money on the AC, and we're saving money on the heat, too.
Gotcha.
We're at the perfect medium.
Mark said he refuses to turn his heat back on.
Not turning it on, just for one night.
Just freeze.
Extra blankets and dogs.
Yeah,
Extra dogs.
Let's do another dog on the bed. Thank you, Julian.
Thanks, Julian.
Well, it's been more than 3 years since Jana Kelly was killed as she was picking up trash on the side of a Wisconsin highway. She was 9 years old.
Now her father is honoring her life by taking care of other lives. As Shannon Hoyt reports, he's building a tiny home for people struggling in his community.
It's kind of heartbreaking when you hear that there's homeless children in the community.
Brian Kelly says it's the reality, so he and his family are doing something about it.
This is going to be a bigger tiny home. It's going to have a bunk in the back for up to 4 people, and we know there's going to be times when there's families in here, so we're happy to be able to help them.
This donated concession stand is being repurposed for Hope Village in Chippewa Falls.
All 10 tiny homes that they have right now are occupied, so there's families in a lot of them, there's kids.
The nonprofit is looking for one more, but this one is special. because Brian is building it to remember his little girl.
She was a little bit more of a troublemaker than her sister. She definitely could push her limits, but really a sweet, kind kid, always happy, always fun, always playing hard.
In November 2018, Jana Kelly was among the 3 Girl Scouts and a mother killed when a truck went off the road, striking the group as they picked up litter along County Highway P. Today, Brian is turning that tragedy into action through the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation.
We've been able to donate, I think, $120,000 last year to different projects. We're building play sets. We're funding different kids' activities and programs all over the whole community. It's really neat.
Their latest project, building this shelter.
It just feels good to make something positive happen after everything the last few years of court and all the things we've had to go through. Put that behind us and start moving forward.
We couldn't be prouder of what Brian and Robin have been able to do and the things they've done for the community.
And Brian says Jana would be proud too.
I think she'd be happy. I think she would, if she was here, she'd be helping. I know she would. She'd love to help me with things and kind of my little tag-along buddy some days, and I'm sure she'd be out here helping me right now.
Wow, what a wonderful guy.
He really is.
Kelly says he hopes to have the tiny home done by this fall.
$120,000 they raised.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Well, coming up next here on Live Before, we shed light on a subject becoming more of an issue post-pandemic, youth mental health.
And then coming up next hour at 5, over 700 potential employees for 20 spots. It's hard to become a DNR warden. We'll have that story coming up tonight at 5.
I chose Mad City for their great quality and customer service.
The quality and, lifetime warranty.
They do a good job.
Mad City has more than 50,000 satisfied customers. We're A+ rated with the BBB, installing baths, showers, and walk-in tubs in as little as 1 day, with premium wall colors and patterns like Santa Cruz and Othello. Save now during our home makeover event. Save $500 on a new bath or shower, interest-free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Walmart gift card with purchase. But act now and double your savings. Save $1,000 on a new bath or shower, double your interest-free financing for 12 to 24 months, and double your bonus. Receive a $200 Walmart gift card with purchase. From Madison and South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. Let me give you that number again, 608-729-4466.
Year 4 begins. It's a time of change and a chance for glory as Harry is tested to his limits in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire in concert. Be enchanted as a live symphony orchestra performs Patrick Doyle's unforgettable score with the full movie on the big screen. Don't miss this magical live concert event, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire in concert.
The world is full of make or break moments, especially if you have postmenopausal osteoporosis and a high risk for fracture. It's time to make your move to help reduce your risk of fracture with Prolia. Only Prolia is proven to help strengthen and protect bones from fracture with 1 shot every 6 months.
Do not take Prolia if you have low blood calcium, are pregnant, are allergic to it, or take Xgeva. Serious allergic reactions like low blood pressure, trouble breathing, throat tightness, face, lip, or tongue swelling, rash, itching, or hives have happened. Tell your doctor about dental problems, as severe jawbone problems may happen, or new or unusual pain in your hip, groin, or thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred. Speak to your doctor before stopping, skipping, or delaying Prolia, as spine and other bone fractures have occurred. Prolia can cause serious side effects like low blood calcium, serious infections, which could need hospitalization, skin problems, and severe bone, joint, or muscle pain.
Don't wait for a break. Call your doctor now and ask how Prolia can help you.
Tonight at 5, what we're learning from Dane County law enforcement about a fatal shooting that happened over the weekend in Blue Mounds.
Our forecast includes a little more rain and a quick jump up in our temperatures for tomorrow before a cooling trend builds in this weekend. We'll take a look at how much rain we're expecting.
Then at 6, the trial of a man accused of shooting a Madison couple 2 years ago continues today. We'll tell you what happened on day 2, including testimony from the daughter of the victims. Join us for News 3 Now at 6.
time. Mile High City, Denver, Colorado is our stop on our satellite travels today.
A lot warmer than here today.
84 degrees. Beautiful city, though.
Yeah, very much so.
Well, the Biden administration and MTV Entertainment have teamed up for a White House conversation on youth mental health.
It is a crisis that has been exacerbated by the pandemic.
Today, First Lady Jill Biden, Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy, and pop star Selena Gomez talked about tools that can help address that. Natalie Brand has more.
Diana Chow of California credits her brother for saving her life.
Because he was the one who found me during my final suicide attempt, I made a vow to myself that I must start to heal, no matter how hard it was.
Chow was diagnosed with bipolar disorder when she was 13 and later founded what's become the largest global youth for youth mental health nonprofit called Letters to Strangers.
I had a really hard time being able to access the healthcare system as someone who emigrated here, living below the poverty line with parents who didn't speak English. And so it was through writing letters to strangers that I began to find my own empathy for myself.
Chow is among a group of youth leaders selected to take part in a special conversation about youth mental health at the White House, where First Lady Jill Biden said the pandemic has added fuel to the crisis.
We're recovering every single day. But recovery isn't always the same as healing. And sometimes the darkness is inside of us, too.
Also attending, actress Selena Gomez, who has been open about her battle with bipolar disorder.
It's a topic that can and should be discussed freely and without shame.
Research from the CDC gives a glimpse of the suffering among many young people. The latest data showing more than a third of high school students reported experiencing poor mental health during the pandemic. 44% said they felt persistently sad or hopeless. Chow says her own journey continues.
I have learned strategies and found people who can help me sustain my center in those moments when I feel like I'm wobbly.
A sentiment shared by the other young leaders in this room who say opening up can be a first step. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Big problem being addressed, that's for sure. Well, as we reported at the top of this broadcast, a number of significant primary races were decided last night.
And at least one is still up in the air. Marquette Law School poll director Charles Franklin will join us next with some analysis of some of the big races when Live at 4 continues.
Up to 80% of falls in the home happen in the bathroom. Don't struggle with a high-sided step-in tub that could put you in the hospital. Instead, get the accessibility you need with a new walk-in tub or shower from Mad City Baths. Infused with microban protection and backed by a double lifetime warranty. Remember, we install in as little as 1 day, so don't put it off. It's our home makeover event. Save $500 on a new bath or shower, interest-free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Walmart gift card with purchase. But act now and double your savings. Save $1,000 on a new bath or shower. Double your interest-free financing from 12 to 24 months, and last chance to call to double your bonus. Receive a $200 Walmart gift card with purchase. Call for a free estimate at 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466. MadCityBaths.com.
3 days only. Get up to $1,000 in additional savings exclusively at the Grand Appliance Spring Bonus Sale. Get amazing specials like this Amana top load washer for just $4.98. This KitchenAid dishwasher with stainless interior for just $7.98. Or this GE 27 cubic foot French door fridge for just $15.98. Shop your local showroom or grandappliance.com today. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
What can I do with less asthma? With Dupixent, I can do more. Catching my train. Making moves. Making a connection. Oh, a train connection. That's how you do more with Dupixent, which helps prevent asthma attacks. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that can improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks, and can reduce or even eliminate oral steroids And here's something important. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Are you ready to do more with less asthma? Just ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
How do you use your energy? Giving back to your community? Fueling your drive to deliver hope for neighbors in need? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about a brighter future. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
Well, with a quick update on our traffic, just know that the Beltline right now, eastbound, is one of the biggest slow spots as of right now. Not a designated area to try to travel through. As we can see, just from the west side going all the way through the rest of I-39 into 90 Interstate, we are going to be looking at a slow spot. There is a disabled vehicle on the right shoulder, which has blocked the right shoulder as of right now, and with some construction on the eastern side of the Beltline, just know that it is going to definitely be a slow spot as we're kicking off the rest of our evening commute. Taking a look over towards the actual interstate in itself, though, I-39 north and southbound is relatively green, so we're nice and smooth as we're kicking things off. And everywhere else is set for the Beltline in itself on the eastern side is looking pretty decent around this time of day. Pretty normal in terms of our getting to point A to point B as we're kicking off the rest of our evening hours. But, of course, expect those delays to start to pick up more as we get in throughout the rest of the evening. That's going to do it for our traffic update. Let's go ahead and send it back to you guys.
Julian, thank you. Taylor Swift delivered the commencement address for the 2022 graduating class at New York University. The ceremony took place at Yankee Stadium.
That's cool.
She received an honorary degree in fine arts. In her 25-minute address, she told the grads that it's okay to make mistakes. She balanced personal anecdotes with moments of humor and references to her songs. Yankee Stadium, that is cool. Well, voters went to the polls in primary elections yesterday in 5 different states,
including the battlegrounds of Pennsylvania and North Carolina, shedding some light on what the rest of the midterms might look like.
The director of the Marquette Law School poll, Charles Franklin, is back with us. Good to see you again.
Hi, Charles. Good to see you.
A lot of people are watching if Trump had an influence because he endorsed a lot of candidates.
Yeah, he did, and he's endorsed a lot of incumbents who are expected to win, but he's also gotten into some close races. He had a pretty good night last night, though it's mixed. We're not quite sure what's going to happen in the Senate race in Pennsylvania because that's too close to call and may head to a recount. But his endorsed candidate for governor in Pennsylvania won. An endorsement in North Carolina lost, but another one won, and one in Idaho lost. So a mixed scorecard for him last night.
Let's go through some of the big races, and we'll start in Pennsylvania in the Republican Senate primary. You just mentioned Dr. Oz and David McCormick are neck and neck. I think Dr. Oz is ahead by less than 1,000 votes.
Too close to call.
It's extremely close, and at least one report I've seen recently suggests there's as many as 20,000 votes or 24,000 left to count. There was a printing mix-up, so they're having to hand redo those ballots. So that one may take a little while. And Pennsylvania has a automatic recount if you have less than a half a point margin. So even if that margin for Dr. Oz were to hold up, it might still go to a recount. On the Democratic side, it was a handy win for John Fetterman, who easily defeated a congressman from Pennsylvania. From Pittsburgh. There we go.
While recovering from a stroke.
Yeah, he's in the hospital.
While recovering from a stroke.
So how do you think his health will affect the campaign going forward?
Well, that'll be very interesting. He had this stroke over the weekend. It was described as minimal, and he had a pacemaker installed yesterday, I believe it was. So, you know, you got to worry about a candidate's health no matter what, and here's a difficult situation. If those early reports are correct, he could be back on the campaign trail.
Let's look at the Republican gubernatorial primary in Pennsylvania.
Here, a very Trumpy candidate won handily. Mastriano is his name. with Trump's backing. He's one that has pushed very hard on the election steal argument, also appeared at the January 6th events at the Capitol. He's facing the Democratic Attorney General in that race, and that will be an interesting head-to-head contest. But Mastriano won easily in that race as opposed to in the Senate race where it's neck and neck.
Why is Pennsylvania so important in 2022 and in 2024?
They're kind of our twin. They have an open Senate race previously held by a Republican, so it's the best chance for Democrats to pick up a seat in an open race. And like us, they have a Republican legislature and currently a Democratic governor. So do you go to unified Republican control, or do you continue to have divided control in the state? So their governor's race looks a lot like ours, too.
And they're kind of purple as we are as well.
They're very, very close, yes.
All right, let's head to North Carolina.
North Carolina, what we have is on the Senate side, we have
Madison Cawthorn?
Sorry, on Cawthorn's the House side. Cawthorn lost his primary bid for re-election. He had stirred up some hard feelings among other Republicans in the House, but we also have an important Senate race there as well.
He was the youngest member of Congress.
He was, and behaved like it, one might say.
Now, Wisconsin, we all go to the polls for our primary on August 9th,
That's
Tuesday, right. August 9th. What does this portend for us moving forward?
Well, we've got a long ways, but I think you do see the continued Trump strength within the Republican Party. On the other hand, a lot of the races yesterday were multi-candidate races where the winner only won with 35 or 38%. There are a couple of exceptions that were big wins. So I do think you see some factions within the Republican Party. A question is whether they can unify behind their nominees in Pennsylvania or North Carolina and go on to competitive races in the fall. And Democrats not so fractured in the races we've seen at the moment.
And any big headlines in Oregon and Idaho, the other two states?
No, the Idaho, I think just the idea that Trump endorsed the lieutenant governor running against the incumbent Republican governor, and the Republican incumbent governor won handily in that race. There is apparently a progressive candidate on the Democratic side in Oregon that beat a more moderate Democrat in one of the bright spots for progressive candidates, Fetterman in Pennsylvania being the other prime bright spot.
Starting to get interesting.
Yes, it is.
Right,
Don't go far.
Charles, thank you. Good to see you.
Thanks, Charles. Good to see you.
Final check of your forecast coming up.
Eyes require a certain kind of care. As a family-owned optical company for over 40 years, Wisconsin Vision knows firsthand just how important your eyes are. That's why our doctors and staff are highly skilled and passionate in their roles. It's why our centers offer a large selection of eyewear suitable for all lifestyles, and it's why our lens lab is state-of-the-art, conveniently located right here in Wisconsin. Ask about our $99 prescription sunglasses. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salon Pass.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salon Pass. It's good medicine.
Oh, love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV.
Nice Trailblazer.
It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads.
It's Chevy Sport Utility Spring. Well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing or get a $1,000 cash allowance on all 2022 Equinox models. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
More information comes to light in the shooting death of a Mount Horeb man last weekend. Discover what Dane County authorities revealed about the incident and the alleged shooter. Also, how construction starting on University Avenue could impact your commute. That's tonight at 5.
The war in Ukraine hits home for a local couple.
My family, my best friends are still there.
So they're taking action.
What we really want is to help people rebuild their lives.
Eric Franke follows their incredible journey. Thursday on News 3 Now at 6.
A little bit of heat and a little bit of wet weather are on the way as we get into the back end of the work week. Meteorologist Dana Fulton will give you all the details and timing coming up at 5.
At McGann Furniture in Baraboo, we know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. When you shop at McGann, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples just starting out to senior citizens, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. Plus, most purchases include free delivery and setup. And remember, at McGann, we don't raise our prices only to lower them later for a sale. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo.
And I walked right into U.S. Cellular and I said I want to choose any phone in here for free. What'd he say? He said, sure. Really nice guy. I had my pick of any phone from any brand, free, even the newest ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got the big screen?
Yeah.
Big storage?
Yeah.
Fits in your pocket?
Fits in my pocket. Yeah, it's a big phone, and that's what I wanted, and I got what I wanted.
At U.S. Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
When you decide it's time to look at replacing your gutters, you have options. There are a number of replacement gutter systems on the market. Hi, Andrew Larson here, owner of Larson Home Services. My team has spent lots of time looking at the best one on the market, and we found it, Gutter Shutter. Gutter Shutter sets the standard for performance, durability, and beauty with thicker aluminum, wider gutter size, and it's available in 18 beautiful colors. Best of all, Gutter Shutter is 100% made in the USA and guaranteed for as long as your home is standing. My team is dedicated to provide what we like to call the Larson experience. From your first call until well after the job is done, you will be treated like you're part of the Larson family. Please check out our Google reviews and see what customers have to say about us. We'd love to show you why Gutter Shutter means you can stay off the ladder forever. Right now, get up to $1,000 off, free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your new Gutter Shutter system. Call now to set up your free estimate.
Violent and destructive riots in Kenosha, the Waukesha Christmas Parade tragedy, record-high homicides in Milwaukee, from defunding our police to releasing violent felons with low or no bail. Liberal Democrats have created the worst crime wave in decades. Senator Ron Johnson is standing with our brave law enforcement officers to keep Wisconsin families safe, and he wants to keep violent criminals behind bars where they belong.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
In today's Final Touch, a half-century of McDonald's.
And a place in the Guinness Book of Records. The Mac Daddy of Big Mac snacking just upped his own world record. Donald Gorski of Wisconsin holds the Guinness World Record for most Big Macs eaten in a lifetime. He just updated his total to 32,944 Big Macs. That's 2 a day for 50 years. And he has every receipt since 1972 to prove it. He's been loving it and loving it and loving it. But wait, we're not done yet. In Texas, a 2-year-old burger enthusiast was busted for using his mom's phone to order 31 cheeseburgers from the Golden Arches. Maybe this rookie was trying to go after Gorski's burger record. The small fry
so cute.
has a ways to go. And that's our McDonald's news for the day.
We thought Gary Canolti held that record.
And it's his birthday today. I think he might be celebrating it. Happy birthday, Gary. That's right. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.